Hello everyone, Jose of UFHG. May revisit to my good old friends the tiger barbs, also known as Sumatra barbs, and in some other places, other synonyms that would apply to it. The tiger barbs is primarily comes from Sumatra, Indonesia, and other parts of Eastern Asia. It has also been introduced to other parts of Asia. It is estimated that these fish can live 5 to 7 years. The males tend to be a little bit brighter red fins compared to the female. The tiger barb has been a very important part to the aquarium hobby, and it is one that has been labeled as being semi-aggressive because they do like to fin nibs. Now, if you notice in some of the fish that I keep in this area here, I have some long fin glow tetras there that have been in this tank probably at least 3 to 4 years, and they have never bothered them. The one that you're looking on screen right now, the fins are long, and that's the shape of the fins. They're not nipped at all. Now, one of the things to be mindful of, if you do keep them in small numbers, they tend to be more aggressive. I have no idea how many I have in the tank here. I could say easily I have 30 of them. I really don't know. I tend to keep all my tanks, I'm generally overstocked. This beautiful friend right here is the golden nugget pleco. Once in a while, he shows his appearance and shows off his beautiful colors. When his fins are stretched out, the dorsal fin, just as amazing yellow rim there. He tends to be more in the cave, but once in a while he comes out and displays himself there. I have a mix of colors here. There are a few globe variety of the tiger barbs. There's some juvenile acaras that I've also put in there just to growing them out and to keep them in a place until I can find a home for them. But just the juvenile, probably about 1.5 to 2 inches. The tiger barbs, this tank I really have not had much of a problem with as far as aggression. One of the things that I can say about the tiger barbs is that they are opportunistic, if anything else. If they sense a weakness in any fish, they will certainly hone in and take advantage of the situation. Fin nipping, as I said, has generally not been an issue unless there's a fish that for some reason is sick. There is a red-tailed shark there. He is pretty much the tank boss there. Nobody bothers him, and once in a while he chases anything around, just for a short time and just leaves them alone. One time I saw him at the bottom of the tank and was looking. I had little circles like cuffs marked from bites probably from them, and they were pecking at him, and that was not normal behavior. You get to know your fish, and that was not normal behavior for this particular red tail. So I took him out, treated him, put him back in, and this is way over a year since that happened. So he's back to normal. So again, they sense something is wrong and they will go after that particular fish. Once there was one tiger barb that was pretty much most of the muscle area where fillets would come from, that was all gone, and he was still swimming around the poor thing. So I had to put him out of his misery. I usually like to use clove oil, which ends up quickly and hopefully not too much suffering. These guys here that you're looking at right now, I recently went to a PetSmart, of course only to look. But it is difficult going to a pet store and not coming out with something, because sometimes you find something that you don't expect. And these platinum green tiger barbs are one that whenever I find them, I get them, because they're not that common. You don't find them everywhere. And even if you go to online stores, they're often out of stock. And sometimes you keep checking and it's just rare that they have them in stock. I slow down the motion a little bit here just to get a better look at them. Some of them, they get to a very bright lime green color, which is really striking. In most places they sell between $10 to $12. The lowest I've seen is $9.99, which is $10. So when I went to this PetSmart, which has been redone, it's a pleasure buying at this PetSmart right now, because maybe they're changing their tune, and it seems that some of the PetSmart in my area have been redoing their stores, and this looks very attractive, and probably whatever management they have has something to do with how the store is kept. I have gone to some that I go in, I look, and I come right out because it's just not pleasant. And they have Petco and PetSmart have gotten really a bad rap over time. The ones that I choose to buy, I generally have not had an issue. I generally quarantine and treat any fish that comes home. So I cannot say that it's been any more different than whenever I buy at any reputable LFS that I go to. So here in this picture, you see the green coloring, and there was about 8 of them. The young lady that was helping, she pulled one out of the catching container, and she said, "This one doesn't have a tail." He was probably fin nip, and I said he's probably not feeling well, that he was picked on. So again, as I said, they were very opportunistic to their own or any other fish there. I have kept angelfish. I have kept other longfin fish. This generally has not been a problem. I'm saying generally because of what I've already explained before. The temperature range for them is 72 to 82. I generally don't like to get into whatever their natural habitats are because these guys have been so far removed from their natural habitats that even discus that like very low pH. Oh, my tap water is about 7.4, very low TDS for New York City water. And generally, I really don't get into this. I don't chase any numbers for any fish, at least the ones that I like to keep a fairly good variety of species and colors primarily. So I like colors in fish, as I may have said in other ones. They do show together in a pack, not nice, not necessarily tight schooling as some other fish, but they do like to show and stick in packs. So it's again, if you have not tried them, they do have a bad rap, and just keep that in mind. The larger number, the better they are. And it is a beautiful little fish. Other than discus, if I ever have any other fish that I want to keep, it will be tiger barbs. I love them, and say they're fun to watch, they're very active. And yes, this is probably the most colorful tank that I have, right, with the exception of the discus, of course. But there is a great variety of them. And the average lifespan, they say, is about 5 to 7 years. Whether it's to illness, for whatever reason, the numbers drop. I lose one here or there. So for these guys, for the green platinums, when I do find them, I get them and then I just replace. The numbers reduce over time. Whatever the time, they say that's 5 to 7 years. Some of them can get quite chunky, the tiger barbs in general, and they're probably about 1.5 to about 2-inch range in size, although they can get larger outside of captivity. Well, that's pretty much all I can tell you for now for the tiger barbs. So if you have not tried them, do try them, and just keep in mind the other fish that you keep them with. Now again, for everybody is different. For these guys here, I have a variety of other fish in there with them. This is right now they're in a quarantine tank, the green tiger barb, but the 65-gallon planted tank for them, I filter with an FX6. I'd rather go with over filtering. It's probably a little bit much for the 65-gallon. It's not fully dialed to its maximum, but it does quite well, and I'd rather over-filtration than under-filtration for any tank. So I hope you enjoy this and try these guys. They're beautiful little species to keep and fun to watch. Thank you so much for watching.